Based on what I have learned, the importance of Qawaid Fiqh in business is that it serves as a fundamental set of principles formulated by fuqaha to guide the implementation of Sharia in new or complex situations. It helps ensure that all transactions are conducted lawful and are free from prohibited elements such as riba, haram, and unethical practice. In addition, this principle emphasizes justice and fairness in all dealings, build trust between parties, support business sustainability, and provide practical guidance for addressing contemporary challenges such as e-commerce, digital transaction, and Islamic financing. Qawaid Fiqh also facilitate risk management and contractuality while maintaining integrity, transparency, and social welfare, ensuring Sharia compliant but also ethical and social responsible.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So for my part, the importance of Qawaid Fiqh in business. Firstly, it could help to make decisions on contemporary issues, especially in nowadays. Modern business involve complex contracts such as investment, insurance, e-commerce, and digital transactions. So all of this can create a new issues that never existed in the past. So Qawaid Fiqh can help scholars and entrepreneurs to make decisions based on the fundamental Sharia principle, even when the issue is new and has no direct classical example. Because this maxim can summarize ruling into simple principle, and business people can easily understand the Sharia reasoning behind a law. And next, it can prevent injustice and protect consumer rights. Maxims such as harm must be eliminated, ensure that traders do not exploit customer, and this can prevent unfair profit taking and ensure justice in every transaction while protecting buyers from harm or deception. And then the third one is it ensure that contract is valid and compliant with Sharia. Qawaid Fiqh helps to identify the condition of a valid contract and detect any invalid elements. For example, Al-Umur Bima Qasidiha emphasize the clear purpose and intention in every agreement, while Al-Yakin La Yuzalu Bi Al-Shak help ensure clarity and certainty in contract. And the last one is bring guaranteeing balancing in business. All of this maxim emphasize honesty, trust, and fairness. Because so when business practice follow this principle, they avoid prohibited elements and open the door to barakah and lawful income.
In addition to its fundamental importance, understanding the principle of Qawaid Fiqh also help resolve minor issues in Islamic law by providing framework to ensure that decisions remain consistent with Sharia principles, even in small or recurring discussions. It facilitates that quick resolution of minor disputes between individuals based on widely accepted fiqh foundation, while allowing law to be adapted to contemporary context without violating Sharia. Furthermore, this principle reduces unnecessary rigidity in daily matters, guide Muslims to be flexible without neglecting obligation, and staying confident in practicing worship or daily affairs, knowing that actions are based on sound and authentic principles.
So next, how learning the principle of Qawaid Fiqh can help resolve minor issues in Islamic law. Firstly, it could give a quick guidance without needing a long fatwas. Many small issues do not require detailed ijtihad. For example, the maximum certainty is not removed by doubt help a Muslim to decide easily when they feel unsure, such as doubting whether they still have wudu or not. So since the certainty is stronger than doubt, so the ruling becomes clear immediately to the Muslim, and that give a quick guidance to them. And next, reduce confusion in daily worship. So when facing a small difficulties or confusion during worship, certain maxim give relief. For example, al-mashaqqah tajlib al-taysir, which means hardship bring ease. It could help a person to manage minor difficulties without becoming anxious or stressed, because this maxim have the guidance to them. And then next, it could help in dealing with minor errors and forgetfulness. Everyone actually make mistakes, so the Qawaid Fiqh help to resolve issues that caused by the forgetfulness. For example, the maximum actions are judged by intentions apply when someone mistakenly takes an item thinking it belongs to them. Since the action is not sinful because the intention was not to steal, so this helped them with small mistake or forgetfulness. And then next, it helped to make a decision fairly according to different cultures and customs. So people from different places have different custom in their daily interactions. So the maxim al-adah muhakamah means the custom is authoritative. Acknowledge this practice as long as they do not contradict the Sharia. For example, many communities today buy and sell without verbally stating an akad, and this is accepted as valid based on the common practice. Based on the common practice there. So, and the last one is prioritize and avoid unnecessary strictness. This maxim help people to avoid overthinking small religious matters. For example, harm must be removed can be applied when someone is overly worried about a tiny spot of impurity on a large carpet. The purpose of the maxim is to make religion easier, not burdensome. So if you want, uh, so uh, so if they feel worried about a tiny spot of impurity on the carpet, they need to prioritize and avoid the unnecessary strictness. That's all from me.
The issue I face is obsessive compulsive disorder (OCD), which manifests as a tendency to repeatedly cleansing myself, especially during acts of worship such as ablution, wudu, and prayer, making it extremely difficult to perform ibadah calmly. I often feel impure even after properly removing impurities and performing ablution or full ritual purification according to Sharia requirements. This doubt leads me to repeat washing, ablution, and cleansing multiple times, consuming a long time, and at times causing me to miss prayer because I am convinced that I am not clean, even though there is no visible evidence of impurity. This situation creates significant emotional stress and disputes me religious obligation, making its hajah, urgent needs, nearly equivalent to a state of necessity darurah, due to its severity. Initially, I believed that I could skip prayers under the concession rukhsah due to several doubts, but I realized this was incorrect because obligatory acts of worship must be performed regardless of personal struggles. Mere doubts or obsessive thought do not qualify as a rukhsah to leave prayer. According to fiqh principles, the solution to this issue is based on the maxim that certainty is not removed by doubt, al-yakin la yuzal bil al-shak, which means holding on to what is certain or intended. When doubt arises during worship, I disregard the feeling on uncertainty and continue with what has already been prescribed. In addition, the principle that harm must be prevented or reduced as much as possible according to one's ability, al-dara yudfa bi qadri al-imkan, is applied by performing purification according to the minimum requirements of Sharia and continue with prayer even if my heart feels uncertain. I also increase my recitation of blessing upon the Prophet, salawat, seek forgiveness, istighfar, and prayer to calm my mind and help manage my OCD. By Allah, my condition has gradually improved and I can now perform ibadah more properly, even though there are still minor obsessive thoughts that I need to control. I recognize that Allah does not burden His servants beyond their capacity, and I am tested by this way. It is a sign that I am capable of handling. Allah knows all my effort and sincerity in worship, and I place my trust in Allah, hoping that Allah accept and blessing my ibadah.
So next, the example from daily life and how I resolve the issues using the principle of qawaid fiqh. So one of the example in my daily life is as a student that's studying in a distant state. So I will be a temporary traveler to perform my obligatory worship. So I must take the rukhsah such as congregational and qasar prayers. And returning home from university during the holidays usually will take about 5 to 6 hours. and usually I will take a bus. And on the way, there is no place to pray during the obligatory prayer times. And if stopping will delay the journey, especially at that time, there are so many passengers. And so I will using the method of al-mashaqqah tajlibu at-taysir, which means hardship bring ease, and this rule low for the plural of Zuhur and Asar. So I will shortening the 4 rak'ah prayers to 2 rak'ah. And for me, this is a form of convenience by using this method, and that is given taking into account the human condition and does not burden the daily worship. So by using this method is help me and ease me to perform my obligatory worship by using the roster